Most men think women test them with words, questions, arguments, ultimatums. That's wrong. The most important test is silent. No warning, no explanation, and almost every man fails it. Not because he's weak, but because he never knew it existed. Stay with me, because once you see this, you can never unsee it. Women rarely test men directly. They don't ask. They observe. They don't challenge your logic. They watch your behavior. And the test isn't about money, or looks, or status. It's about something far more dangerous. Your emotional self-control. But here's the twist. The test only activates when she starts to care. And most men confuse it for love. At first, everything feels perfect. She laughs easily. She texts fast. She's warm. You think, this is different. But behind the scenes, a switch flips. She's no longer asking, do I like him? She's asking, can I trust his emotional strength? And this is where the test begins. Silently. The secret test is simple, but brutal. She slightly pulls back. Less enthusiasm, shorter replies. Less validation, not dramatically, just enough. And then she watches. Does he panic? Does he chase? Does he over-explain? Or does he remain centered? This moment decides everything. But most men never notice it happening. This isn't manipulation, it's instinct. Women evolved to read emotional stability because instability equals danger. Not physical danger, emotional danger. A man who collapses emotionally under uncertainty cannot lead during real pressure. So she introduces low-level stress and waits, not to hurt him, but to measure him. Here's where it gets dark. She never tells you the rules, but she keeps score. Every reaction matters, every double text, every emotional speech, every did I do something wrong? Each one subtracts points. Not because communication is bad, but because emotional neediness signals loss of self-control. And once attraction drops, logic cannot bring it back. That's the part no one warns men about. Here's how most men fail. They try harder, more affection, more reassurance, more availability. They think effort fixes attraction. It doesn't. It exposes fear, and fear is the one thing that silently kills desire. But wait, it gets worse. When the test fails, she doesn't leave immediately. She becomes colder. Less respect, less intimacy, more confusion. The man senses the shift. And now he's trapped because he's trying to win back something that disappeared quietly, without a fight, without a reason. And that uncertainty destroys him. Would you survive this moment? Comment below. So how do men pass the test? Not by acting distant, not by playing games, but by not abandoning themselves. He notices the pullback and doesn't panic. He stays grounded, focused, purpose-driven. He allows space without chasing, not to punish, but because his emotional center does not depend on her reactions. That's what she's watching for. Strength without force. Here's the craziest part. Most women don't consciously know they're testing. They just respond to how they feel afterward. Attraction rises, or it dies, and they don't know why. Men blame women. Women blame chemistry. But the truth sits in silence, in reactions, in restraint, in emotional leadership. This test happens early, quietly. Once, fail it, and the relationship slowly fades. Pass it, and respect deepens, not because you controlled her, but because you controlled yourself. If this changed how you see dating, subscribe before you forget, because the next video explains what to do after the test ends.